to sum up what I'm trying to say is, one of the prerequisite for you to approach the Quran, to explain the Quran, is not the Arabic language. Rather, it is the proper belief system, Aqeedah, Tawheed. Because if you approach the Quran lacking Aqeedah, lacking Tawheed, you're going to reach a lot of wrong conclusions with a lot of the verses.
But what if someone says, look, for the person who's not Muslim, so obviously that person doesn't have a correct belief at that time, but he's looking at how should that person approach that has no familiarity with the system? How should they, if they're sincere, if they're looking for the truth, is that the criteria?
That is still the criteria, but that person needs to know that the Quran, based on verse Al Imran, has two types of categories: crystal clear verses,
yes,
and ambiguous verses. هو الذي أنزل عليك الكتاب منه آيات محكمات هن الكتاب. He should go after these crystal clear verses. As for the ambiguous one, you need to go to a scholar. فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون. Go and ask those who have the knowledge of the Quran, of the Sunnah, of the Sahaba, if you do not know.
If someone says, why are those ambiguous verses there?
ما هو, look at what is Aqeedah? What is Aqeedah? What is the concept of Aqeedah? The Quran, all of the Quran is Aqeedah. All the Quran is Tawheed. What is Aqeedah? Is تصديق الخبر تنفيذ الأمر. You see, Aqeedah is that you execute the command of Allah and that you believe in anything that you're told in the Quran and the Sunnah without any doubt. So the ambiguous for the belief, for you to believe. Are you going to believe? Because before you approach the Quran, you should have already established who is Allah. You already established that Allah is all-knowing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all-wise. You already settled that case. Now, whatever Allah tells you, it's like before you go to a doctor, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثُلُ الْأَعْلَى here. Before you go to a doctor, you go and look for the credential, right? Oh, he's a Harvard. I don't know if there is a middle school Harvard, but he is this, is it. When you go there, okay, I want you to take that poison and drink it. You're going to drink it, right? So we settle. That's what Aqeedah is. That's what Tawheed is. That's what belief system is. Before you approach the Quran, you should have this already in place and established, so that whatever you foretold, I know we have to close, but very quickly, the hadith regarding what if you have a cup in front of you, and a mosquito or a fly, yes. You know the hadith, yes. Right? Dip the other wing. Listen, if you want to drink it, you can throw it away and go and get another drink. But what if you're in the desert and this is the only drink available for you? Okay, a lot of people say, don't say this to non-Muslims. You're going to say we're drinking flies. هذا خبر. This is information came to you through revelation. You get that German scientist going and doing some lab work.
They did some lab work.
Yes, some lab work on it. And what happened, Eddie? What happened? They found out that there is a remedy in the other wing. That's why you need to dip both wings inside. There is a disease and the remedy for that disease. Now Muslims say, this is a good one now. This is a good one. That's not how you deal with the Quran. No. That's not how you deal with it.
All right, so let's recapping. There's a system. First, what do you, for the Muslim now? We got 30 seconds. First one is Quran by Quran.
Quran explains
even before that, you're sincere, wanting to know correct belief. That
before you approach the Quran, you must have Aqeedah, belief system. You must have Tawheed. You must have a good understanding of your belief system. Then the Quran explains the Quran. Don't pass any of that.
Yeah.
The Quran explains the Quran. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam explains the Quran, the Sunnah, the Hadith, the tradition of the Prophet ﷺ, the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. Then the Sahabi, because the Sahabi was there when that verse got recited. And when they didn't understand it, they would go and ask Rasul ﷺ. The Sahaba passed on the knowledge, passed off the Quran, the Sunnah, the Tafsir, the Hadith, to second best and the third best generations. That is number 4. After that, you can go to the Arabic language. But what happens? We have people jumping into the Arabic language, disregarding those 4.
Okay,
this is very dangerous.
We're out of time. How about for the not yet Muslims, the non-Muslims who open up and start throwing verses out there, try to discredit Islam? What do you tell them?
Non-Muslims, please. The Quran is very special. The Quran was revealed 23 years, not like the Torah, not like the Gospel. And for every verse, there is a reason for a revelation, almost. Now, you need to be aware of the criteria the verse was revealed because of, and that will structure your understanding of the verse.
Thank you very much.
Jazakallah
Peace.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah.
And there you have it, the proper way to interpret the Quran. So before you quote a verse out of context, before you